Hello my friends, welcome to my YouTube channel. My name is Sarah McGuire from Sassy Paper Crafts. I'm an independent Stampin' Up! Demonstrator, and today's card is this one. I love this one. It's a very pretty fall card. We're going to be using the Layering Leaves stamp set and the bow punch. I have a hard time with it. We're going to be done with it this week. You won't have to hear me say it ever again. But we're going to be using this punch to create this card. So if you'd like to see how to make this card, please keep watching. So to start our card, we need a few stamps from the Layering Leaf stamp set. We're going to be using the solid leaf here, this leaf for the outline, and then the hello. And then also, I forgot to get it out, the little speckles for the inside. And I have 3 ink colors here. I have Cajun Craze, Pumpkin Pie, and Pecan Pie. So we're going to be using those as well. So let's start with our stamping. I'm going to set the card aside. I'm just grabbing a scrap piece of basic white. I'm going to flip my punch over though, because I like to see which way the punch needs to go in order to cut it out. So my leaves are going to need to be stamped this way so that when I put it in the paper punch, I can just stamp it easy peasy. So let's start with our Cajun Craze. We're going to do 2 of all of these except for Pecan Pie. I'm only going to do 1. So the first thing I'm going to do is I'm going to take the outline stamp. I'm going to ink it up, making sure my stamp is facing the correct way. I'm going to stamp and do it one more time with the Cajun Craze. Stamp. And then I'm going to ink it up again in Cajun Craze, but this time before we put it on our paper, I'm just going to stamp off onto my grid paper. It just gives a lighter color, and I can see there that I didn't ink it up very well, so I'm going to do it one more time. Stamp off, and then I'm just going to line this up. So this is a 2-step stamp, meaning 2 stamps create 1 image, and we're going to do that one more time with the Cajun Craze. So I'm tap, 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 stamp off. I did that again. I don't know what's going on with this one. Stamp off, and then line it up. That one's a little bit off-centered, but I'm okay with that. Before I put the Cajun Craze away, I'm going to grab my inside piece, and we're going to do the speckles. And I just inked it up and went right on the corners. You can do this however you like, just a couple there. And then we also want to ink up our sentiment. I used the All That dies that came out last year. I used this guy here to make my label. These came out last year from the He's the Man suite. They're still available. There's the He's the Man stamp set that coordinates with these dies. We use the All That dies. We're going to grab our hello, ink that up in Cajun Craze, make sure I get it good, and then I'm just going to center it. Now you can just stamp this on a piece of basic white and die cut it if you'd like. I did the die cut ahead of time, and that's it for our Cajun Craze color. We're going to clean off our stamps really quick. There's a little Stampin' Mist on one side, and dry it on the other. Same over here. And while I'm at it, I might as well, even though we're not using these ones again, I might as well clean them too, just so I know that they're all nice and cleaned off. So now I'm going to grab the pumpkin pie, move our sentiment out of the way, and before I do that, I'm just going to take my scissors, and I'm just going to cut this, because our punch also cuts out these little sprigs, and they're on the top. Let me show you the punch. So the punch also cuts out these little sprigs, and they're on the top. So if I would have left that as is, I would have cut sprigs out of that paper, and it's just kind of a waste because we're not using them. So I'm going to cut it so that way I don't cut into my design. So we're going to ink this up. This is the outline, pumpkin pie, and do one more. And then we're going to ink up our inside, our filler, stamp off, line it up one more time, line it up again. And then we're going to put this one away and get out Pecan Pie. I'm going to clean off my stamps. And I think I probably can do it on that one. So we're going to do that. Get Pecan Pie out. Get our outline. Ink that up. Ink up the inside. My pecan pie is brand new and very juicy. So I'm going to try to do that one more time. There's a lot of ink on there. Line it up. Perfect. And that's it for stamping. So it's a pretty simple card. Now all we have to do, I'll move my stamps out of the way. All we have to do now is punch them out. So I'm going to take my punch. There's a little lock on it. I'm going to push that up to unlock it. We'll start with the pecan pie. And this just lines up in there. It's a lot easier when I have my head directly over it, but kind of at an angle, so it's a little bit harder to line up. And then you just close it and it punches it right out. Slide the Cajun Craze one along. The little pieces are coming out because it also cut out some of the sprig part. You'll see what I mean on the pumpkin pie one because there's a lot more paper here. So line that up. Punch it out, and it cut out one of the little sprigs. And it's not lined up very good. Like I said, it's a lot easier for me to do if my head is directly in the camera. And that's it for punching. Super quick, super easy. So now we can put our card together and grab our other pieces we stamped. So I have a Cajun Craze card base. All the measurements for everything I'm doing here are on my blog. If you click the first link in the description of this video, you will see it'll take you right to this project. Then I have a piece of pecan pie. I'm going to take my seal. Actually, I'm not going to do that. Wait, yes I am. No, I'm not. I have another piece of basic white, and I used the Twisted Rope 3D embossing folder on it. The reason I'm not going to put it down yet is because I forgot I wanted to add ribbon. So we're going to put this piece down on our pecan pie. And I keep saying pecan pie and it's making me hungry, so I might need to make some pecan pie. I'm just going to take a little bit of this ribbon, kind of roughly measure it, take my paper snips, cut it, and now we can flip this over and put a little bit of seal on the back. Now all I do is I want this kind of pretty much in the middle. I'm just going to stick it, wrap it around, make sure my card base is the way it's supposed to go, and then we can lay that down. And while I'm at it, I might as well put in my inside so I don't forget. Now with seal and the inside panel, I always like to put it on the edge, so that way when I'm writing I don't have any little bumps or anything like that. And then what I did was I took a little bit of seal and I put it just on our label here. And I just kind of looked at how I wanted to lay these out. Like that. Oops, that one didn't stick. I think we'll do 3 on the top and we'll do 2 down on the bottom here. Put that one there, maybe up a little higher. It's just playing around with it however you think it looks the best. This is where your creativity comes in. I think that looks good. You just want to be mindful to not go too far off of the card, especially if you're mailing the card or wanting to put it in an envelope. I'm just going to put a couple of dimensionals on the back. And then we can just center that right on our ribbon there. And then to finish our card, I have just a few left of the brushed metallic adhesive back dots. Now normally these come in 3 colors. I only have 2 left, but there's gold, copper, and silver. I'm gonna grab the take your pick tool. I have 3 copper ones left, so we're gonna go ahead and use those. I felt like the copper ones gave more of a fall feel. Maybe put one in the middle there, and then one about there. And that is today's card. Pretty quick, pretty simple. I hope you enjoyed this. It's a nice fall card. We're getting into fall. The weather is getting cooler. You can see I put the ones a little bit closer together on this one than on our sample. I like them both. So I hope you enjoyed this video. If you did, please give me a thumbs up and click subscribe to get videos from me every week. I post a video every Monday and every Friday. I hope you enjoyed this. Thank you so much for watching, and I will see you next time.